Forgiveness. This is a topic that either has powerful support or powerful opposition. There seems to be multiple mindsets about forgiveness. One is that other person doesn't deserve my forgiveness. The second is, well, Jesus tells me to, so I guess I have to. 3, I'll forgive them, but I'll never forget. And 4, number 4 are the rare few who truly have enough love and compassion in their heart to forgive and forget. Why is it so rare to find someone who is willing to forgive? And why do we tout them as saints? Truly, that answer lies within what we hold inside our hearts. For many, it's darkness. And that darkness is sad, angry, full of misguided justifications for why that darkness remains and why we won't forgive. Forgiveness is widely misunderstood. Most construe the act of forgiving as a sign of weakness, and the act of condoning the wrong that someone has committed against us, whether that was a direct act against us personally, or when our nation weeps from the brutality it has been forced to see over and over and over again. The truth of the matter is, forgiveness is so much more than that. According to the Greater Good Science Center at UC Berkeley, psychologists generally define forgiveness as a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance towards an individual or group who has harmed you, regardless of whether they actually believe that they deserve your forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, nor does it mean condoning or excusing offenses. Long before I found this definition, this website, this is pretty close to the definition that became clear to me. The definition that was the most profitable and had the most healing attached to it. So why is it so easy to hang on to anger, to hang on to that darkness versus seeking the light of liberation? Simply put, darkness feels good, and anger feels good. It strokes your ego, it tells you that you're right. It validates you. Those with a weak ego, and yes, I said weak, are looking for that validation to inflate the ego into where it truly wants to be, in a state of complete understanding with oneself. You see, a strong ego helps an individual not be overwhelmed by his or her nature or outside stimuli. Most people see ego as an inflated sense of self and arrogance. However, the world of psychology, starting with Sigmund Freud in 1921 until today, they say it's the opposite. When you have a stronger ego, when you have a stronger constitution, you're more grounded than the rest of the world is. The ego is the part of the mind that mediates between the conscious and unconscious and is responsible for testing reality and a sense of personal identity. Those who don't know their identity, their purpose in life, why they are on this earth, often fall into darkness into some form or another. They are not happy. They are so used to feeling self-righteous, blaming the world around them, using the environmental stimuli, like an upsetting video on YouTube, to justify their actions, to internalize an event that had no other personal effect on them other than it was shocking, disgusting, and sad to watch, and using it as a justification of fuel to scorch the earth around them. Forget the innocent, forget the cause, forget forgiveness. They don't deserve it, and you don't deserve my mercy because it is all about me. Here's the thing. Forgiveness is all about you. However, it's about your heart. It's about your pain. It's about letting go of your anguish and letting the light through. Proverbs 17:9 says, "Love prospers when a fault is forgiven." And love is what we want, isn't it? What do you think goes hand in hand with peace, recognition, self-worth, happiness, true happiness? It's forgiveness. If there is something that is repeatedly making its way into your mind, to your heart, clouding your well-being, and just taking over, I'm asking you to take a moment. Analyze what that is. Pray, meditate, then forgive. Give yourself the peace that you need. And the next step is harder, but it's to forget. And I'm not saying forget the event. The fallacies of history are built on people who continuously forget events and everything that transpired, and it's just doomed to repeat over and over and over again. I'm not saying to forget the details of the event. I'm saying to forget the pain. Forget what they said, forget the emotions attached to it, and turn your focus onto where it needs to be. Cultivating the light and peace within you.